Hey, traders. I was back at the DPW, I don't know what to call it, DPW, um, I don't have a word for it. Well, trading well. So, uh, just looking at some of my posts today, as I mentioned to you guys before, I'm really trying to get away from talking about money specifically because first of all, I don't think it matters. And I think that, you know, whether I make $20 or $2,000 or $200,000 today does not really matter. What matters, especially to my students, is do you trade well? Okay? And I really want to influence that to everybody. Just getting away from talking about how much money you make and start focusing on, am I trading well? So, again, I said I'm going to talk about only the stuff I've been posting in my StockTwits forum just because it's time stamped and it's pretty good. So, December 7th today, and we're going to start off with looking for shorts around 264.05 on the spider, and we'll look at that in a second. But I started off with DPW again early this morning, and I finally got some shorts to borrow last night. Now, for those of you that watched yesterday's video, I wanted to short this up here at $5, and I couldn't get any shorts, and the stock just went. That's why I couldn't get any shorts. So that being said, this morning I got an alert saying that hey, we need we've got some shorts available for you. So I said wonderful, and I decided to take it in the pre-market, and I got some off on the pre-market, and I got short. And the stock opened up a little bit stronger. I got short in here, and the stock opened up a little bit stronger, came back down. I almost got stopped out, but I decided to change my stop, and you can read in my posts on StockTwits when I did that. It's all here, right? And I like this better because this way I can update my trades. So basically what I did was I said I had a stop at 410, and I said, look, I only have a small size, but I'm going to give this a little bit more room to breathe because I think this is going to be done. And sure enough, okay, I updated it here. Only have a small size. I'm going to give this more room to breathe. Stop to 430, and you can see that was 1050 this morning. And then finally the stock cracked, and boom, I took profits on it. And that was the end of that. I think the stock is going to $1. Now, I wanted to do another video on this trade right here for another reason. Because, when you're on StockTwits, you learn a lot about just how stupid a lot of people are. And I'm sorry, but the people that are on these forums here are just, they're just, I don't know what they are, but they just don't have any common sense. And, look at the sentiment on this. This thing's 94% bullish, only 6% bearish. And if you hear the reasoning why, if you just watch this stuff and you watch it, if you just watch this, you can make a fortune. If you just look at the reasoning why these people are buying, it's absolutely insane. I mean, first of all, let's look at some common sense here. This company is a complete dog crap. I mean, let's look at a monthly of this thing. Okay? This stock came out in 1997 and did absolutely nothing except for the majority of the time have an average price of about $1 for 10 years. Okay? This is dog shit. Right? This is dog shit. And you can tell it's been pumped before, right? See all these pumps that they try to do? Now, why do companies like this get pumped versus other companies? Well, the main reason is because it's got a very, very low float. So if you make up a good enough story and you can create some hype behind it, it doesn't take much to move this stock because the float is so small, right? And with a tight float like that, these companies just are victims of PR companies. And what happens is, in this case, they've come up with some story that due to the Bitcoin craze, they're selling power supplies like crazy, right? Well, first of all, yes, there is a Bitcoin craze, and that's the first red flag you want to have when you find these types of companies, because usually they're dog shit companies in industries or sectors that are booming, and they usually have a long life of being dog shit. Now, if this company was, 2013, 2015, I might be afraid to sell this company, right? Because it could be that it is a revolutionary thing and they're going to do very well, but clearly all this is a very badly managed company. If they weren't badly managed, they wouldn't be hanging around a dollar for 10 years, right? And they're just taking advantage of, the fact that there's a Bitcoin craze, okay? And that's just it. Now, so even if the company is selling more products, which clearly they are because their earnings report said they were, right? But it means nothing because there's so many other big players in this space that are going to dominate this, right? Now, if it's just a power supply, folks. Okay? How many other very successful companies do you know that make power supplies that are way more successful, way more better run than this company, way more potential to capitalize, even if there is a Bitcoin craze, right? May they make a little bit more money? Yeah, they might. But this company's it's not going to change that much. They went from I think they went to 12 million in sales. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, they didn't go to 12 billion in sales with projections of 50 billion. They went from 2 billion to 12 billion. It might be a big jump. Actually went from 6 billion to 12 billion. That might be a big jump, but it means nothing. It means nothing. It just means that the other people in this space are going to capitalize on it. Okay? Will this company capitalize on it? No. Other than the hype, just hype. But yet, all these numpties on StockTwits are, calling this the next best thing since sliced bread. Look at it. I mean, if you just look at what they're talking about, it's just absolutely crazy. And the pumpers on here are absolutely insane. Whenever I see 94% bullish on sentiment, it means somebody is desperately trying to run a story, especially in a context like this. Okay? So I wanted to make a little video on that, and don't get suckered, folks. Okay? Just use common sense. You really don't have to be a wizard at this stuff. If you just use a little bit of common sense and you're patient, you pick your spots, you can do well. Now, I didn't make a lot of money on this because I only had small size. I would have made a fortune on this, but I couldn't get more size. I would have done, a whole lot more shares if I could have got a whole lot more shares, but I couldn't, right? So, in any event, there you have it. My other trade that I had working today was on the spider, and I had a short, and I actually covered that. Actually got that still working here just for you guys, just to show you that. I did not I expected this level to hold. We just blew through that level. This is where I actually got short on it, and I'm just going to close this out right here because it doesn't look like it's working out too well. Actually, I forgot I put the trades on my platform, and then I put them on here just for you guys. I actually took the trade off here at this liquidity pool here, And for my students that are watching this, you'll understand why I use that level. But I actually got short here. Had to take some heat on it, but the trade actually worked. I'm just going to close that. So there you have it. Those were all the things that I posted in Stock Twits today. And those are the things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to stop showing you guys how much money I make because I think it's really cheesy. And I'm managing other people's money right now, and it's a lot. So I don't want to look like I'm being an arrogant dick. Okay? Made some other funny comments here. This is a funny thing here. I got to show you guys this. I found this. Pervert of the Year, Time Magazine. Donald Trump, President of the Divided States of America, Groper in Chief. You know, it really doesn't matter what they write as long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of ass. Grab them by the pussy. When you are a star, they let you do anything. You know what? If you're going to be the president, you got a lot of good things going for you. I think you got to take these pot shots, right? I actually like Donald for the most part. I really do. I think he's great for deregulation. I just wish he wasn't such a numpty dick. But he really brings this stuff upon himself, and he deserves it. But I do like him. I really do like him. I think he's going to be good for business and for the economy as a whole. Okay, thank you, and bye for now.